The props department, the National Theatre, provides support for all the in-house productions and touring productions the National Theatre produces, and we make and purchase all the props for those shows, and that can range from quite large objects to small hand props.
The prop department has got 10 staff working in the workshop area, covering all of the makes that we do. And then we also have some prop supervisors that work within the prop department who are responsible for a show at a time, and they'll be responsible for the budget of all of the props in that show and making sure that everything's made to the right standards and the designer's requirements. And then we also have buyers that do the buying for the show alongside the supervisors. Some shows are, just by their very nature, have to be almost completely made. And then we've got shows that are very modern, and the modern shows are nearly always bought. So the sort of percentage of what comes from stock and what is bought and what's made varies incredibly from show to show. When we get a show through and we have a look at the different props that are there, we look at the cost of making something and we look at the cost of buying something. With furniture in particular, we often try and find that and buy that rather than make it. We do a lot of our prop buying in antique markets. We're sort of pitched not in the junk market and not in the antique market, but in the bit somewhere in between. So we can afford something that looks right for the piece, but isn't a £8,000 antique. Sometimes we'll buy a prop and then we'll alter it. We'll change the colour of it, or we'll reupholster it if it's a piece of furniture. So we might buy some very old plated silverware that's very worn out and that nobody else would want, and then we'll put our own finish on it, and it will work very well as a prop.
Modern shows will have a lot of modern props which you can obtain at normal shops, chain stores, that kind of thing, so they're buys. Antique furniture, that's a crossover, because sometimes you can obtain the real item, sometimes you can't, in which case you'd then have to make that item. Nowadays we can buy right across the world, so we can buy from furniture in Sweden and America because shipping costs are so low, so it's easier to find the actual object and we make less furniture.